Hi, I'm Chelene Nightingale, and I'm running for governor here in the state of California. I'm affiliated with the Constitution Party, which is the American Independent ticket in the state. There are 6 qualified candidates, and I want to say that because I think that we, the people, we need to know that there's more than just 2 choices. When we have freedom of choice with 6 candidates, and we need to stop thinking that we only have 2 top choices.
Why are you running for the governor of California?
All the reason why I'm running for this campaign, I was asked. I'm not doing this because I want a career in politics. I'm doing this because I'm fighting for the freedom of our country. And I don't care what somebody's initial is next to their name when I go to the ballot. All I care about is that they love the Constitution and that they love liberty and that they're promoting limited government, free market, sound money principles. And that is what we, the people, need to be looking at. If not, we're imparting onto our children trillions and trillions of dollars in a national debt and billions of dollars in a debt in the state of California, and a state where everybody's talking about how we're going bankrupt, a state in which we have a worse credit rating than Kazakhstan. So what we, the people, need to do is we need to be ever vigilant from here on out. We have to decide, look, if you decide, you, the people, that you want big government, then you go and you elect those big government people. But please don't complain when the money's run out and you don't have the programs you thought you were going to have. And the lines are really, really, really long because you have this health care that you thought was going to be really, really great, and your taxes have increased, and your regulations have increased, and you find that you're living in a third world oppressed nation. You'll have nobody to complain to because that was what you wanted. And if you decide you want a free market, limited government, go back to the principles of the founding fathers and a free republic. If this is what you want, then you need to fight for it. It's up to you. You can't expect to elect people like me and expect us to have all the answers or to do all the work. This process is supposed to be us working together. From here on out, that's what we need to do. So that is my message to each and every single person. And the price of freedom is costly, but the freedom, the gift, is priceless.
What about Calaveras County?
What you're finding at the local level is the same problems that we're having throughout the state. What we just discussed about your local economy, your agriculture, the different paradigms that are happening here, they're happening throughout the state. So I know that when we're in our own counties, we think it's unique to us, but it's not. And I know that that is what's happening here. We were discussing how this is a depressed area as well. I mean, some people flourish because this is where a lot of people come and retire, but you also have a lot of people that have farms here or local businesses here, and they are suffering. So, it's becoming very definitely this 2-caste system, and that is not the system that thrives. That is not what created the United States of America. We were created on limited government, sound money, free market principles, and we really need to get back to those principles and personal accountability in order for us to flourish.
Can the state help Calaveras County?
Absolutely. First of all, the state government that we have now is far too big. They have far too much control over the counties and city levels. We have to make sure, if I'm elected, first of all, we're going to have a part-time legislature, period. I'm tired of the special interest. And I need to let the counties know, look, you need to flourish. This is your county. Your people, your local, you'll know what to do better than the state will know what to do for you. But we're here for you if you need you. That needs to be more of the dynamic that happens in the state. If not, the government's going to continue to grow bigger, and they're going to impart their bullying tactics and regulations on each county and each city.
As you travel the state, what is the biggest issue?
Jobs is the key to our state. And what is happening, the reason why there's such a depressed market throughout this entire state is the regulations. And most of these regulations are coming from not just the strict business taxes and the adversarial conditions when you are talking to people about starting business and the setup fees, etc., but also the regulations that have been imparted due to these regulations coming from the CARB committee. I hear a lot about green jobs. Spain is the model cap and trade country. Go to Spain right now and look into their economy and what is happening there. And that's the same thing that's happening there is going to happen here. And for every green jobs, I believe there was for every three green jobs that was created, 5 were decimated. 5 traditional jobs were decimated. And out of those 3 green jobs that were created, 2.5 of them ended up being temporary. Once the windmills are created and they're done, and all those people are out of work. So not only have you decimated all these traditional jobs, then later on, there's also no green jobs. Green jobs only account for 4% of our economy here in the state of California. So we need to get people back to work, and the best way to do that is to reduce the regulations, we have to reduce AB 32 and these what I call environmental terrorism agendas in order to take care of humanity. And it's gotten to the point where, yes, we all are responsible. We all know that we need to take care of our environment. I believe we have enough regulations that we can live with in our state for clean air. But we're getting to the point with things like AB 32 where it's becoming so strict that it's so overbearing that businesses are leaving. We've lost 25% of our manufacturing. We've lost 85 major businesses since the beginning of this year, like Toyota. I mean, these are not, when people are saying, well, what about our jobs? Well, the businesses are leaving because you're over-regulating them. And great, we need to have a good environment, but where are people going to live? Are they going to end up living, great, we'll have a good environment, they can sleep on the grass, because that's where we're headed. And this is not over dramatic. What AB 32 will do is it will decimate 1.1 million additional jobs. It will cost small businesses, in fact, small businesses, let's be frank, will go out of business. Who can afford $50,000 to conform to new regulations in this economy? It will affect individuals as well, not just in the job market, but in families. When you go to the grocery store, you will see an increase in your product due to the trucking industry, who has had to conform, and the agriculture industry has had to conform. Well, they're going to impart their fees onto the grocery stores, and you will see that. In fact, they're anticipating an additional $4,000 per year in families in the grocery bills.
What are your thoughts on illegal aliens?
We're spending $22 billion per year. When we say we can't balance the budget, well, we're spending more money, taxpayer money, on illegal aliens than we are on our own citizens. You want to take care of people? Hey, yeah, you're right. Let's take care of our disabled. Let's take care of our homeless veterans. Let's take care of our senior citizens and those that need temporary help. We can't do that right now. We have the worst education system in the entire country. We're number 50 right now. We have the worst credit rating of a third world nation, Kazakhstan. This is what has happened to our state by allowing this control. We need to get back to a founding father principle. I like a sound money state bank, for instance. North Dakota has one. They're one of the only economies in this country right now that's thriving and doing well. That's what we need to get back to. Sound money solutions, limited government, and free market. And I know you hear that a lot from me, but that is common sense, and the common sense solutions that actually work, and they've been proven to work throughout history.
Aren't you a long shot? Would I be wasting my vote?
This is what I want to say. It's not even just for the elected officials. We, the people, have to be accountable again. Who are you electing? When you go to that poll, the voting booth, and you continue to go, well, I'm a Democrat, I'm just going to vote Democrat on down the line, or a Republican, and I'm just going to vote down the line. You've got to stop doing that. You've got to go and find which candidate really represents the people. And in my book, in my humble opinion, people who adhere to constitutional principles usually are the ones that have the best interest of the people. So find those candidates. Find the candidates that don't have their money, special interest, putting money in their back pocket. The union bosses of the public employee unions putting, money in their back pocket. Stay away from the career politician. Find the citizen that wants to do their civic duty to make sure that their community is the best that it can be. That is our responsibility as voters. I mean, we can elect people all we want all day long, but as long as we continue to vote the lesser of two evils and we continue to elect for bigger and bigger government, we really can't complain then.
Don't you need to compromise your principles to get things done?
We need people to stand firm. The Founding Fathers did not compromise. They did not compromise. They had discussions, but when they came to mutual healthy agreements based on what was best, limited government, individual rights. Individual rights. Limited government's capacity is to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When you elect people, they should be making compromises with SEIU or ACORN or any other special interest. Their compromise, who they're working for is the people, bottom line. And we have to remember this. The politician, the elected official, is not our boss. They're our employee. And we have to remember that.
Is there hope for California?
The state definitely is salvageable. We have, look, we're the 8th largest economy in the world, or 7th, depending on what graph you're looking at. But look at the resources that we have in this state. The water, the oil, the agriculture, the industries, the people themselves are so brilliant. Even our own landscape and our weather, there's so much to offer here in the state of California. And every business wanted to do business here because of our weather, our environment. People wanted to come here. When we can bring them back, I truly believe that, but it will be up to us. We have to deregulate. We have to reduce the taxes. We have to work together. We have to keep people accountable and realize that freedom, the price of freedom is us being vigilant. And then therefore, we can be the land of milk and honey or the Golden State once again. I'm Chelene Nightingale, and I approve this message.
Find out more about Chelene Nightingale at www.nightingaleforgovernor.com.